strongest thirstiers, now finally working together. It's going to be awesome! And I really hope they defeat all the three Elite Ten so their arrogant faces can finally face the humiliation of defeat. But this is a deciding factor. Whoever wins, whoever loses, there will be very close to check in this chessboard game. Yes, I am the Angry Anime fan. This is Shokugeki no Soma chapter 231. First off, a pretty, well, the chapter almost blinded me. It's a female fan service game. What I meant to say is it's all for the female audience, as we see the muscular men of, well, let's just say we see the muscular men doing naked poses. Bad enough we're not getting enough female boobs and butts here, but now we're suddenly getting that. Ugh. So yeah, turns out that it's Soma who is going to have a butter cooking match, while Takumi is the one who's going to have beef. I think that was the case, at least. So yeah, this is yeah, it's like that. So finally, they are now gonna do that. Of course, the jailers are freaking out as usual, but it's pretty heartwarming when the first years huddle up. I mean, they have become so good friends to see them. And even though Soma is competitive and all that stuff, he is still a very loyal friend. And the fact that he does this to Takumi and Megumi, I mean, yes, it's so awesome. They huddle up together and they discuss the plans they are gonna do, because they have all intention of helping each other here. Soma mentions that he's going to wring out as much of the butter flavor as possible in order to make use of the richness sweetness. So Takumi says to him that in that case they should use you'll need ingredients that will make a refreshing feeling in the lingering after-ride test. And Takumi says that and Megumi says that I will be able to support you, support Takumi. So with that, there's something I want you to do for me too. So yeah, they are already prepared to help each other, because their training had been just that. Finally, the cooking begins as Erina directs her new friends to do all this. This is the biggest reason why they sent out in the third bounce. They have faced off each others in Tsukage, and they have been able to cooperate, and now finally being able to cooperate and supporting each other while focusing on other cookies. Still, they're gonna have a lot of work, and they're gonna have, and they have been trained by a lot of people. All this, and Megumi, well, she has got a new mode, the Shoujo Guts mode. After all, we saw that pretty one. Man, she never stops being adorable, right? As Erina shows her, tells her subjects to be off easy. It's Kurokiba just mentions to Alice that they are actually, she has become very like Alice. Don't exactly know what that means, but Alice has always been a little bit bossy, yet still a bit more kind than Erina before her character development. So maybe is saying that Erina is a little bit more demanding like Alice now, yet same time a little bit more, leadership skills like that. Of course, Izan is not happy the fact that he's facing Takumi. But that was where the cards were made yesterday, as we see the flashback back when they made up the games for the next match. And turns out that, well, Rindo, the reason why Rindo is wrapped up so adorably in her blankets, because she's in her hibernated stage. It's apparently the more she gets exhausted, the less she has resistance for the cold. As Kuga said, she cannot take the cold. The more she takes the cold, she enters a hibernated state. I think that clashes very well with her wild game type of cooking. Being a little bit cold-blooded. and stuff like that. So yeah, that's when I made up the team. And strangely enough, it was Megumi who said that she wanted to face off against Momo. Do not know why, but she said that. So Takumi said he was gonna face Izan. Of course, Izan did not want that, but Somei Sato decided to take Soma before anything else. Because it turns out that Takumi has a personal reason why he wants to face off against Izan. He has actually figured it out, although I do not think it was actually that much of a secret. He has actually figured out that it was thanks to Izan that Takumi faced that humiliated defeat against Mimisaka. Because back then Mimisaka was a goon to Izan. So technically Izan is all to blame for Takumi's humiliation. At the same time, I think Takumi is gonna thank Izan because thanks to that humiliated defeat and the fact that his rival defeated the one he couldn't defeat, Takumi decided that he needed to change. He evolved as a chef and has grown, as we know. So in a way, this is a revenge match. I still no idea why Megumi wants to face against Momo, but maybe because, well, they are both adorable, and adorableness is gonna clash. So finally they all begins to cook. But Momo do not exactly take their cooperation so well. She firmly and strongly believes that the Elite 10 here will win, and there will only be 2 left. But Soma still talks back to her, saying that if they win, then there will also be 2 left. And Satoichi acknowledges the chessboard game is now, as I said before, greatly in check. Whoever of this team wins this match will be closer to checkmate. So he tells to Momo to not underestimate the first years, and I agree. I cannot wait for them to face their humiliation defeat. Before I actually said, is it possible for that, Takumi is gonna lose? Now we're put in a situation here. Okay, I admit, I want all of the first years to win. As much as it's going to be a little bit better if only one of the Elite 10 wins this match, so it will be 3 against 3 next match. These arrogant assholes have got on my mind for too long. They need a defeat so they finally can become a little bit more humble. Especially Momo. Because Megumi mentions the time she trained against Shumoya, who said that, do you have an image of a dish? Her dish was vegetables, but Shimoya made the correct assumption by saying that what if it's not fish or what if it's not vegetables? So he's saying something like that you need to think of something. And then we see a pretty big joke when he says that that's not what I'm getting here. This is why you country hicks are so hard to deal with. You're so narrow-minded. As we both see a flashback. No, not flashback. As both... Of course, I already forgot their names. Damn it. But we see... You know that kind of joke when someone talks about someone else and then they suddenly seem to hear their, thoughts all across the world. Well, this is what basically happened to here. And basically, Shimoya insulted Megumi a little bit by calling her country hick, all the while failing to acknowledge that he is also a country hick. And his former friends, his friends from his old days, Chef Hinako and Chef Mizuhara, each said, although they're not in the same room and not even in the same country, they each said, for some reason I want to yell out like you have a room to talk. Faces like that are running through my mind. They're so right. Oh man, that was a pretty good joke. So he's saying like, think about what it means to capitalize on your experience with vegetables. You have to able to theorize and intersect the concept. Once you can do that, you'll be able to figure out and incorporate other ingredients as well. And for those messes, I will teach you right now. And so Takumi, uh, well, pisses off Izamba by acknowledging that he knows all about his involvement in this team. So Soma is having the butter, and he's going to make a casendon with butter, while Soma has all the intention of serving a dish with rice as focus. All in all, this is basically going to be like a samurai showdown. Who is gonna cut down who? Who will win? Who of the which one will be more adorable in the win, Momo or Megami? Will the classic Italian chef Takumi win against the money-grubbing schemer Izan? And will Samurai Soma and Samurai Some, will it be Samurai Soma or Samurai Some who will cut down each other? All in all, this battle has really hyped up. I cannot tell who is gonna win. I really hope Megami is gonna win. She needs a win, and Momo finally needs to be humble. I can't actually. I mean, Soma must win. Soma is basically exhausted, so I see no reason why. Again, it's only Takumi that is the biggest question mark for me. But Charles, in Anime World, you made a very good point last chapter. Takumi has not exactly won a big game, so he needs to win a big game, and I agree. He needs to win a big game. Yet at the same time, I cannot fail to consider him the Wolf Effect Chew toy. Every manga has a Wolf Effect Chew toy. So yeah, who's gonna win? We don't know. First years, go. Give me your thoughts if you have any.